Hello, my good friends. Happy New Year to you once again. Jack Chow on East West Show. With Jenny TV, I really like the title of the East West Show because from east to west, it gives you such a large range that you can almost put everything in there, right? Everything that makes you concerned, everything that makes you laugh, right? And make you think. Well, everything that functions to the brain could be wrapped here, right? So I really like the vast range. Now, we're playing with the 10 of the top selected words by Oxford Dictionary that were created during the year of 2013. So joining me in the playing is my good friend Ken Hammy, and he's a writer himself. His book will be published soon, right?
I hope so. I'm ready.
Life is Simple, 100 Words to Live By. It's a great book. I love it. Anyway, he is the player of words, that word, right? He's a real player of words. I'm a semi-player, but I like those words. Our 8th word is social bubble.
Yeah.
So, what do you explain about the social bubble?
Well, I did some reading last night. I need to read one thing to you, which will be very confusing. Social bubble is an invisible social cognitive bubbles that search life looking for other people to attach to. Now, when you meet somebody new, it takes a little time to learn a little bit about each other. But as you know more and more about each other, according to the readings I just did, it sort of forms a bubble around the person of expectations, both ways, of expectations and how you presume that they're going to act, because you have some ideas as you become closer to somebody, but then the bubble sometimes can happen where you have your disappointments or maybe some radical different behavior, and you can have several friends with different bubbles, all of which are not necessarily compatible with each other, and then sometimes the bubble bursts and maybe you lose your friend. So it's very complicated, it's very psychological, it's very deep, and it's fun to read about, and I would recommend everybody just look at it.
Sure. It might be a little different than what you have explained, according to my homework.
Yes, sir.
My research, as a result of my research, I found the word more tilt to the disappointment side.
It will lead to a
because
disappointment.
after all, it's a bubble.
Right.
After all, a bubble bursts, right? So
economically, socially, whatever. Yes.
Economically, socially. So this is talking about your bubble that bursts socially. For example, you may say, I have 100 friends. And then tomorrow I happen to need one. And none of them exist. Right? That's the social bubble. So because of the internet, because of the online convenience, because of the fingertip touch screen, you can make almost thousands of friends within the blink of a second.
Acquaintances, yes.
Right? Blink of a second. And you can say, I know this person. We text each other. We go back and forth with each other. But you never know this person to an extent that you can rely on.
That's right.
Right?
Yep, that's right.
And then at a time when it comes to need,
impressions. Right.
And when the time when it comes to need, though, it bursts up.
They can, they're not going to support you.
Like the dot-com bubble.
Right.
Like the Euro bubble. All kinds of bubbles, right? So
housing bubble.
Housing bubble.
Big
housing bubble.
Bubble.
Exactly. That's a big bubble.
That's a big one.
So we're all the outcome of it. Right? So the social bubble, I like the combination of it. It's kind of it looks like to me what do you call it? Oxymoron?
Oxymoron, right.
It's that kind of.
Right.
Social gives you such a big confidence that you can socialize yourself within a minute.
Yep, that's true.
And the bubble gives you such a cool reality
So what and what it can lead to, a social bubble can lead to real disappointment and stress, where your economic or financial bubbles, stock market bubbles, housing can have also very more impact of financial impact on each individual. And you know what? Often the psychological impact from a social bubble bursting or shrinking can be just as damaging or more damaging than the loss of some money.
Exactly, exactly. And also, the other negative part of this phenomenon is that kids needs to be brought up, right? During the process of being brought up, they need to learn how to create relationship between people or among people.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
When they are so much built on the fact that they can make friends within a seconds, though, they lose the real details, teeny tiny details in making friends.
Absolutely. Right.
Making
You
friends.
make acquaintances. There's a difference.
Someday, somehow, for example, when they are caught at the age of 13, 14, though,
Okay.
right, the early teens, they would find they rely more on reality rather than on the cyber world.
I hope so.
Yeah. When the cyber
hope
world failed them, they haven't created in the very bottom the skills to making friends. They might find themselves lost.
Yeah, and that's where, again, we've got to go back to beg parents to monitor their children's activities, minimize maybe the cyber involvement.
Exactly.
And that's parents help out.
But as a word, by the way, thanks to the word, whoever creates it, it vividly describes that kind of a contradiction.
A process, right, yes. Yeah.
And thanks to the word, it is such a good word. Not only does it, describes it, and it reminds you, it alerts you. Do you think so?
It's a hard one to fully understand because it's kind of moving. It's moving.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's an important one to think about and to study.
All right. So, shall we move up?
Absolutely. We're having this is so
all
beautiful.
right.
Oh, I love this stuff.
That's all right. I love it. I love it. I
them
love
all.
playing around with words. And next one is mumpetition.
I love it.
All right.
This morning, okay, when I got up, I mean, I wasn't sure what this was before, and you know, I had all kinds of ideas. But so anyway, it's kind of like when mothers are competing with each other to show and display that they're the better mother of their friend or their friends, and it's mommy to
And they
mommy.
they have the best kids.
And they have the best kids.
Yeah, they have the best kids.
And they have the best kids. Yeah. There's cartoons. There was a lady that I think just moved to out of country that was doing these cartoons in the last year, and I watched like 4 or 5 of them, and they were superb this morning. Superb, enjoyable. I would recommend everybody put Mompetition up on your search bar, and then go look at some of these because they're really good. I mean, one woman had twins, the other had 3 kids, and mine are better than yours. But it's all like, I do this. I'm a better mother. You do this. It's fun. It's entertaining, and actually, it's educational.
It's very especially interesting and also educational to young mothers.
It is.
Do you think so?
They should all look at these things and think about it, because you communicate at preschool or school or where your kids are playing together, and that mothers communicate all the time, just like we communicate. And so it's how and you can learn from each other, in a humble way, rather than try to dominate by displaying that you're a superior mother.
And
that's the competition.
And also the word, it feels better on the lips.
It's
Mumpetition.
It's great. Yeah. Just
chew it.
It'd be kind of like a jazz rhythm.
Just chew it. Mumpetition.
Right.
It's very, very smooth to the lips.
Yeah,
right?
it is. It's great.
If we call the previous word social bubble as a negative word,
Yeah.
or a word which is neutral to describe a negative social phenomenon, this word is a positive.
It's positive and it's soft and flows well. Dad petition, no good. Mom petition, it just flows. And we've all seen it in our lives. We just didn't know we were seeing it before because it didn't have a name.
I really like that. And also is it doesn't go out with the rules of how words are formed. You have competition.
Right.
Right. COM.
Which I love.
And now you have MOM.
Right.
Mumpetition.
Yeah.
And it falls within the rules of word formation.
Yeah.
Right. And it describes the social phenomenon. And well, it vividly gives you the content of it.
Yeah, the content is there. It's, moms competing to display their superiority over other moms verbally often
right.
is a little bit of a negative thing, but it's a real fun concept.
All right, very good. So we got to move up.
Yep.
Our next one is fangirl and fanboy.
Oh yeah, this is good because basically what it said is that it's a fanboy or fangirl thinks something they like is the best thing in the world and nothing else is better. It's like blind loyalty to a game or to a company. So it's blind loyalty. I wish I had more fanboys and fangirls as my fan.
Yeah, don't you think I not?
Yeah, I'd like to have one at least.
I will do that too.
I want one,
I'll
yeah.
like that too. Yeah, but the thing is that, for example, it kind of depicts a situation or a kind of mind that, for
mindset,
example,
yeah.
if I like Michael Jackson
Right.
so much, Michael Jackson is my whole world to me. There's nothing, there's nothing but nothing, everything, nothing, Michael Jackson. Right? So it's my whole world.
It's very close to obsession.
It's very,
close.
very narrow.
Yeah.
The deeper you go, the narrower it goes.
Yeah.
Right?
And those that are fanboys or fangirls, according to this urban legend here, you really don't want to listen to opposing viewpoints because they're blindly loyal to what they're a fan of.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that really reminds me, also, this is a concern, another concern of a mind like mine. Maybe I'm too old for this stuff, but really, it's like what? Like it rings a bell to me. There was once at a concert I was invited to as one of the VIPs on the front row, right? And it was a 19-minute show. While this guy, the star, right, singing, the whole time, the young people were swinging the light bars.
Yeah, right.
And they scream from the top of their voice
Right. Yeah.
all the way. I dare say nobody even heard a word.
Yeah, they didn't hear the guy or girl, whoever that they came to enjoy.
They just came for the fun of it.
Right. Yeah.
All the messages that songs were supposed to deliver were kind of buried, merged.
Right.
Into the screaming, yelling.
Yeah.
It's kind of, they were overwhelmingly yelling. Footstepping on the floor.
Well, I'll tell you, way back when when the Beatles performed at Dodger Stadium, nobody heard them.
Nobody heard anything.
Nobody heard them. I heard it on radio. You couldn't hear the music.
And a concert sounds to me
pretty good.
a moment to share
Yes.
the content, right? To feel about the message, or even to milk the message that was delivered.
Yeah.
Now you're going into a havoc when the floors are pounded.
Havoc and chaos. That's where you were
Yeah.
stuck.
I don't think that could be called any concert.
It's not a concert.
Those are fanboys and fangirls.
Right. Now, the good thing for the entertainer is they paid to be a fanboy, fangirl, and they took the money home and had a
And my concern is, my worry is that
Yeah.
if a child, a boy, a girl, fanboy, fangirl, if you call them so, is growing up from in an environment like this, what could they learn?
I guess this is what I would say, they'll sort of grow out of it as they get a little more mature.
And then does that mean the mind is going to be amateur and amateur and amateur as they grow up?
I hope not. Yeah, I hope not. I think they'll say, wow, I would have enjoyed it more if I could have heard it better.
Well, anyway, all right,
There's always hope.
Yeah, sure. There's always worry.
There's always, yeah.
There's always worry
Hope
too.
and worry. Right.
I'm on the worry side.
Yeah.
So let's take a short moment now. When we come back, we'll find out more. We're so far half, and we're gonna move to see our fifth one. All right, stay with us. Right back.